In today's video, we are going to look into ways of making money from home with no investment. How you can make money from home. Make money! We all want to make money from home with no investment. Making money is good, eh? Putting money in your pocket. Your money is better off in your pocket than in other people's pockets. We want to put money in your pocket. We're looking into ways to make money from home with no investment. We are going to go through a number of ways here. The first one is you can rent out your driveway. There are people who live like near some sports arenas. Say in this city we have a sports arena where I play football. Sometimes there is hockey over there in winter, and also there is soccer, and also rugby is played over there sometimes. And assuming that you have a house within the vicinity of that sports arena, you can rent your driveway. The arena we have here, there's few parking spots which are very expensive to park over there. They quickly gets full. If you are within that vicinity of that sports arena, now you can rent your driveway. Somebody will park their car at your driveway and you charge them a small fee. You can rent your driveway. You live downtown. Downtown in this city, the lots where people go and park their cars, plus they charge their high fee for the whole day. Sometimes when I used to work downtown, we have in underground parking. We were getting that through an employer, and then we were paying to our employer. Our employer was deducting the money for that parking direct from our paychecks to pay the money. Sometimes we could go and park our cars on the street, 1 hour parking. You are only allowed there for a maximum of 1 hour. After a while, you go and remove your car, you go park it somewhere else. We used to play that game. But if you are in a meeting or something is going on or you are busy and you forget, and then there are these guys who are always driving around, they put a chalk mark on your car, they've seen it. From this time, if the hour is over, then they will come over and give you a parking ticket. Sometimes we used to get ticketed, but with time you get good at playing that game. If you are in this downtown or near sports arena, you can always rent your driveway for people to park on. Parking is very expensive in cities. The sports arena, and you charge $30 for people to park in your driveway. That's very good amount. That's even cheaper than parking at the arena. When I used to go watch sports at some of these sports arenas here, the American football, soccer, we park at a community center and we walk 30 minutes to go to the arena. And then when the sports are over, then we walk back 30 minutes. Now, if you can provide some cheap parking alternative, that will be great benefit. That will also put money in your pocket. At the same time, you'll be helping people who want to go and watch the sports. You can turn your house or an apartment into Airbnb. There are people who have turned their houses into Airbnb, and then they go and rent a smaller house somewhere. And that this now assumes that you are generating more money doing Airbnb than the amount you should be renting. But in this city, it's a bit tricky though, because our winters are very cold. Therefore, we rarely get any visitors coming into this city in winter. But in summer, of course, we have hundreds and hundreds of. We have this period from May, June, July, August, the current period we're in, roughly up to September, up to end of August, back to school. That time you can make very good money. If you turn your house into Airbnb, you can rent your standard 3-bedroom house. Probably you can rent it like $4,000-5,000. You can rent it, say, for $2,000 to $5,000 US. And this is very good money. Maybe where you are living, you can rent for, say, $2,000. But say you are getting $5,000, you are getting $5,000, right? 5 times, like what? It's May, June, July, August. 5 months, 5 times this is 20,000. In winter, Airbnb here generate money here and there, but of course you could go through a dry spell, through a period where there is nobody renting your Airbnb, but still I think it will offset the period. You could end up generating probably say about 50,000-60,000 Airbnb. Busy if you get a good summer, and then in winter you get few rentals here and there. You can also turn in your apartment into Airbnb. You can take a boarder or a lodger. In North America, if you take someone who lives in a room in your house, we normally use the term boarder, but British, they use the term lodger. This one here, lodger. They use the term lodger. They use this term British English. You can rent a room or your basement. Or when I first came to this country, I rented a basement apartment from this other woman. She turned a basement into a finished basement. There were like 2 bedrooms, bathroom there and everything, and the washing machine, everything was there. It was a self-contained basement. Rented it for a while. Also, another way of making money is you can rent your garage as a storage. There are people who are always looking for storages. People move into a smaller house while they are waiting for their purchased home, which is being built to be finished. They always look for storage facilities. There are very large companies with storage facilities, but they are a little bit expensive. If you can always be cheaper than them, obviously, you can turn your garage into a storage. This can generate you some big cash. Another way of making money without investment is to complete surveys. If you have a phone, a tablet, a laptop, you can earn money by sharing your opinion. You can complete online survey about toothpaste, about detergent, about anything, about political system. I did a survey recently on federal politics. Canada. It was like, whom do you trust with what, whom do you this, and you were answering questions like that. Now the payment, if you can check these surveys and complete them, some pay a little, some pay well. The payment can be either in cash, in gift cards. On this one, here is a caveat, a word of caution. If there is a survey that pay a certain fee to register, please don't participate in that survey. That says, give us your banking information. That's a scam. Never surrender your banking information to a stranger online. Or there is this scam, we are recruiting work from home, and then this is what you'll be doing. You get bogus interview. Do you have a laptop? Do you have this? And after the interview, we are going to offer you a job you'll be doing from home, from your laptop. And this is how much we are going to pay you. We will be depositing the money into your bank account. You have to send us a void check. Some of them, they would say, give us the figures on your check at the bottom. Those figures, they contain all the banking information they need. They contain your bank account, your transit number, your branch number, and of course the first one will be the check number. You give them your name, you have given them your account number, your branch number, your transit number. They have everything they need. And now instead of depositing money into your account, guess what they will do? They will be withdrawing money from your account. Please don't give personal banking information to a stranger you have never met on the phone. Another way of making money from home, become online tester. Testing website, apps, and video games. There are certain websites where you can go and do this. Always discuss the method they are going to pay you. Never surrender your banking information unless it's a legit company, but now you never know. There are people from a certain country, somewhere in Asia, they will pretend to be Amazon. And you say, oh, Amazon is a big company. Let me give them my information. Now your money will be withdrawn from a bank account going to somewhere far out of this continent, out of North America. Another way you can make money is to sell things you don't need. Things like CDs, DVD. Right now, you would find that although there are certain things which have been rendered useless by new technology, but there are people who are making collections of them as antiques. They anticipate that in the future they could be making more money. They could be worth more than they are today. If you are selling, if pay you by depositing money into your bank account, be worried, be cautious. Don't accept that. Don't give personal information to a stranger on the phone. Meet this person or have a secure way. Or another way you can say, if you are selling, say, out somebody from a distance, you can set a PayPal account. person pays into your PayPal account, and then you can withdraw your money from your PayPal. And the person has no access to your personal banking information. There is a lot of scams going on in North America. People offering you some work from home skill to get your personal banking information or get your credit card, or your credit card has been compromised. This is Visa Security Department. We are calling to let you know that your Visa account has been compromised. Press 1 to get a person online, and then you press 1, the person comes and says, yeah, it has been compromised. Give us your Visa information. The person didn't have your Visa account or your MasterCard account. The moment you are giving them, that's the moment they are getting hold of your banking information or your credit card information. There is a lot of fraud going on, especially in this part of the world. Another way to make money from home, you can write reviews on music, fashion, and advertisement. Set up this PayPal account so that they can pay you into a PayPal account, and then you withdraw your money from PayPal. But don't give them your personal information. Another way of making money is by being a business model whereby only create a website and you put pictures of goods there. You don't hold any inventory. You don't hold any stock. The company which you are representing on your website hold the stock. People go on your website, they do a purchase, and they pay money into you. And the company takes the item and ships to that person. And then you have to pay the company. Assuming that you are selling fridges or say stove, the company is selling that stove for $400. You put a markup yourself, say $150. To be competitive in today's world, you have to offer free shipping. Now the person comes and purchases that stove for $550 from you. The company has sold the stove for $400 and they've paid $60 to ship it. You pay the company $460. You pay the company the cost of the stove and the shipping cost. Now from the $550 which you sold the stove, you have put into your pocket $90. Assuming that you are getting orders of say 10 stoves per day, that's $90 times, that's $900 per day, times 30 days, that's good money. This is how drop shipping works. You don't hold inventory. The company which you are selling for hold the stock and the company ships. But most of the companies, they pay shipping cost. Most of these big box stores, these big online stores, the Amazon of the world, the Walmart of the world, they are giving free shipping, or the shipping could be very minimum amount. Say Amazon, the people who pay that prime fee for a certain amount, say every month. The company, they say the shipping cost is $50. If you are saying to say $500 plus shipping cost of $60, you lose business. Just say $600 free shipping. But the company which you are selling for will pay for shipping. You have to remit to them the amount they have sold the stove for, their cost price, which was $400, plus the amount which they paid for shipping. But you have offered free shipping on your website. That means if it was this $200 profit or say $150 profit, you have the cost of the stove plus the shipping which was paid by the company, you have to pay them, and then the difference, that's what you put in your pocket. This is how drop shipping works. Another way you can also make money from home is by pet sitting, but this is mostly done by high school kids, say here in Canada, where I'm based, here in Ontario, or here in my city. Somebody is going on a holiday. They are leaving their dog behind, or dogs. They need someone to walk their dog. They need someone to feed their dog at a certain specified time. They will give you the food which you feed the dog with. In most cases, they will tell you the quantities which they want you to give to that dog. You don't just randomly decide. Dogs need to be walked every day. You go there, you feed their dog, you walk their dog, and at the end of the day, you're going to put the dog to bed in the house, and you lock the house, or they can leave the dog with you at your house. and you take care of it. I think you need to be an animal lover in order to successfully do it. But I've seen a lot of these high school kids doing it, and some people would say, we will pay you say $60 a day, and some would say $50 a day to do that. And for a high school kid, that's good money. That's just money in his pocket. For a grown-up adult, I don't think this worth your time. If you have made it so far, we suggest that you subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscription, crush it, smash it. Let's continue with the ways to make money with no investments. Another way is monetize your hobby. If you have a hobby, baking, you like paint, you like weaving, making art, you can always monetize this hobby. You like baking, every time in your spare time, say a neighbor is having a party, a birthday party for their child. You can offer them to bake some cakes for them. Sometimes you can even start by offering it for free. You provide them and they will tell their friends. And after that, you say, how much do you charge? You charge a small fee. You are building your reputation through the word of mouth. This is how you build your business of your hobbies. There was this kid. He went around trimming people's lawns. Trimmed for this neighbor, and the neighbor thanked him and gave him a small amount. Didn't charge them, but they gave him a small thank you. This kid was still like in middle school. The word went around, and this kid, at the end of that summer, he had a booming business. He was charging and making some money. You can monetize your hobbies, things like baking, things like painting, and always do a good job, and you build your reputation through the word of mouth. People recommend you to some of their friends and relatives, co-workers. It's another good way of making money. Another way you can make some money is by becoming a brand ambassador. There are companies like Avon. With Avon, they'll supply you with their catalogs, and then you distribute them among your friends and co-workers, or church group or sports group, all those whom you come in contact with. Now that you've distributed, people will look at the items they'll order from you. Avon supplies to you at a wholesale price. Merchandise will come direct to you, and then you supply them to your customers at a certain markup price. Mostly is for women stuff, some cosmetics, and Avon sells them to you at $50, and then you put like a $25 markup on them, or even $15, and you supply them. The more customers you have, the more money you make. I remember coming across a woman that she quit a job and doing Avon. Back she was making like $2,000 a week, 2,000 American dollars a week. That's what she was making doing Avon. You can also make very good money from Avon, but mostly it's for women who are in that business. There is network marketing, but with network marketing, you will have to be careful. Stay away from multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing is a flawed business. That you sign this one and this one sign this one, and then they sell and make a portion of their income, and you make this income. Stay away from that. But there is some network marketing, which is like Avon. You spread the word, you sign people, or you get them customers, and then you get your commission. But it's not dependent on I recruit this one who then recruit this one. No. Stay away from this multi-level marketing, the pyramid scheme. Stay away from that. You can also become a virtual assistant. Now, depending with your skills, you can become a virtual assistant teaching math, accounting, computer science, software engineering, communication, social media, like this YouTube. And there are people who are making good money doing all these things. There are some websites, you post some videos, say math. You post some videos like solving math problems, and sometimes people email you or send you through that platform. They send you their math problem, you solve them. There are some websites where you can interact back and forth with your students for math or accounting, or even software engineering or software development, or you can interact back and forth with your students. You can also teach this social media on how people can develop their skill in doing YouTube. These are some of the things you can do in order to make money without investment. All these things I've gone through, you can make money without investing any penny. Maybe if you are teaching math on a website, you might need to invest a little bit to develop that platform. Or if you're teaching accounting or whatever you teach on there, you can need a bit of investment in developing the platform which you'll be teaching on. However, with some of the things like baking, painting, you don't need any much investment. You are already doing what you've always loved to do. Do what you love to do, and you never work a day in your lifetime. If you love YouTube, do what you love, do what you like, and you will never work a day in your lifetime. In closing, be skeptical of any offers that require you to pay a fee to secure the job or the contract, or anything that demand your personal information. Never ever give your personal information. There are a lot of frauds which are happening about this, especially this work at home, where they'll call you or they'll contact you via a text message or an email and say, we have got this position with this company and you can make this much at home. They will give you a very attractive figure, and they will contact a bogus interview on the phone and offer you position. Now they will demand personal information from you. Give us the figures on the bottom of your check, and then you give them those figures at the bottom of your check. They contain all the information they need. As I've said before, they've your account number, your transit number, bank branch number, and now they have your name, John Smith. They have all your banking information. Instead of depositing money into your account, will be emptied. This is happening every day. So be wary of anyone who asks for your personal information, some stranger somewhere. But if you are offered a position by some company, work at home, you can check the legitimacy of that company. However, you still have to be very careful. There are scammers from some of these South Asian countries. You can even claim to be Amazon. They'll send you something with Amazon logo, and then you say you are working for Amazon. They'll claim to be in the United States. The moment you give them all the information, they commit fraud. You never hear from them again. You have to be very careful. Find out the way they are going to pay you. The other way of getting paid is by PayPal. With PayPal, they will not get access to your personal information. They will just get access to your PayPal account, and they will deposit the money into your PayPal account. Consider setting up an email to ensure tasks don't get buried in your personal inbox. If you are working from home, say you've secured some work from home from a legit company, and you have to set up a separate email account so that the work from them doesn't intermingle with your personal email. Because say sometimes in your personal email account, you might be getting emails from friends, from your many job, and also from these spam emails. As a result, it will be buried. I remember at one time I was doing some business with this bank. Then they sent me an email which was time sensitive. The email was buried with my personal email that I didn't respond to it on time. And the business with that bank didn't go very well. If you get work from a company overseas, check how they will pay you and in what currency. Always you worry about some offshore who is saying he's going to deposit the money into your bank account. Never surrender your banking information to some stranger. Always keep your personal banking information close to your chest. As I said, you can always set a PayPal account. If you set a PayPal account, then they'll deal with PayPal. PayPal doesn't hand over your personal information. What they see is your pay account, which they'll just deposit the money into it. And also find out in what currency. You'd find that in most cases, companies they tend to pay in United States dollars, as it is the reserve currency of the world. I'm here in Canada where we use the Canadian dollar. I always make a reference to American dollars because people out there, they understand more about American dollars than they do understand with other currencies. If you tell them it's 2,000 Canadian dollars, say, how much is that in American dollars? Say it's about 1,500 American dollars. They understand. Finally, if you're paid in gift cards, they have an expiry date on them. Make sure that you use them before the expiry date. Don't keep them. Otherwise, they will expire and you'll not be able to use them. I would suggest that if you are paid in gift cards, use them as soon as you receive them. These companies that pay in gift cards, they pay for these major box stores. There could be gift cards for Apple store. There could be gift cards for Walmart. There could also be gift cards for Amazon. Always be careful that you use them before they expire. If you have made it so far, I suggest for me to keep on sending you this content. Please subscribe. Hit the subscription button underneath. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.